Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of EKU Online's eCast series. EKU Online's mission is to change lives by providing access to affordable and high-quality degree programs in meaningful disciplines that positively impact our society. We thank you for joining us today. Today, our special guest is Dr. Trish Isaacs. Dr. Isaacs serves as Associate Dean and MBA Director for the College of Business at Eastern Kentucky University. She has taught accounting courses at both the undergraduate and graduate levels for many years. In recent years, her work in higher education has been primarily in administrative roles. A two-time alumna of Eastern Kentucky University, Dr. Isaacs earned a BBA in accounting and an MBA while at EKU. She then earned her PhD in accounting from the University of Kentucky. After her doctoral studies, Dr. Isaacs joined Berea College as a faculty member, where she taught accounting for 22 years, serving as department chair during her last 9 years. Dr. Isaacs then returned to her alma mater, where her primary teaching focus was income tax. During her first year at EKU, she developed a service learning course that offered a voluntary income tax assistance program for lower income taxpayers. Though Dr. Isaacs has moved on to administrative roles, that program continues today. Another area of focus for Dr. Isaacs, particularly at the graduate level, is management accounting. Dr. Isaacs also serves as coordinator for EKU Online's MBA program. Welcome, Dr. Isaacs, and thank you so much for your time today. We genuinely appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to join you.
Well, let's jump on in. As we begin our discussion, Dr. Isaacs, please share with our listeners the many different hats you currently wear in the College of Business and how you manage to juggle all these roles.
Juggle is an interesting word choice. It took me back to when I first was appointed chair of the department at Berea College. A colleague of mine was commenting that I would be a good fit for that role because I was a juggler. And I'd never thought of myself as a juggler, but since that comment, I have many times. And I do enjoy different roles. I enjoy the variety, but sometimes it does seem like there are a lot of balls in the air. You ask about how you manage, and as I thought about that, prioritizing is important, planning ahead is important, starting early. Flexibility is essential because you have an agenda and you may or may not get to that agenda for the day, but other priorities present themselves. I think the most important key to success is having a strong team. No individual can do it all. And in the College of Business, I'm very fortunate and I'm blessed to have a very strong team. We are a student-focused team and we work well together. And I enjoy working with my colleagues. Currently, I am, as you said, serving as Associate Dean and as MBA Director. In these roles, I coordinate many of the academic aspects of the college, curriculum revisions, development of an online MBA, other curricular issues. I'm involved in many of our college events and activities as well. I had a great time at homecoming recently, seeing lots of alum. I work with business leaders and alumni. Another important aspect of my work this year in particular, it is our data collection year for the AACSB reaffirmation of accreditation. And this is the year that we collect our data to demonstrate that quality that AACSB requires, and I'm coordinating those activities. I'm also MBA Director, and I'm very actively involved with the online MBA program, and I teach one of the courses in that program.
That's a whole lot. Like you said, organization is the key, and Wow, but that still makes my head spin. So I'm glad it's you.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
Right.
and you,
Absolutely.
yes.
So you mentioned you are the MBA director for the College of Business, and EKU has just begun offering this amazing program online. What are your thoughts about this, and what do you see the future of the MBA program being, and what do you see as the appeal of earning an MBA online?
The opportunity to earn an EKU MBA online, it's a great service to provide to our region and beyond. It's online. We do not have limits. EKU awarded its first MBA degree in 1969, and we have many successful MBA alums out there. We will award our first online MBA degree in December of 22, and I am very excited about that. And I look forward to hearing about the successes for our online students as well. The on-campus MBA continues to serve students who prefer a face-to-face program and who are available to travel to campus once or twice a week for classes. The online MBA allows us to serve students who, because of their location, their life circumstances, or maybe just their personal preferences, prefer an online format.
Practically, Dr. Isaacs, what does one do with an MBA degree? We know that it's a popular degree option, but what value does it add to any candidate looking for a job?
What does one do with an MBA degree? The answer is very broad. It can be customized to the individual. It's a widely recognized credential. It signifies that the holder of the degree has gained business knowledge and skills that are needed for career advancement, whatever that career path. Recent MBA graduates work in many different fields. They work in accounting, marketing, supply chain management, information technology, hospital administration, and education. The possibilities are limitless.
Are there unique aspects to the online MBA that make this program stand out?
Yes, I believe that there are. One distinctive that we have is our AACSB accreditation. AACSB International is the premier accrediting body for business schools. It signifies an independent verification of the quality of the program. We're not the only AACSB school that offers an online MBA, but many online MBAs are offered by schools that are not AACSB accredited, and employers know the difference. So that is an important distinctive, I think. Another important distinctive is the flexibility that our online MBA offers. We have a business core and we have an integrated capstone, but we also have the opportunity for concentrations. So while the online MBA student is gaining that business knowledge and skills, they can also take a deeper dive into an area that fits their career goals and interest. As an example, one of our current online MBA students has an undergraduate degree in construction management and has worked a few years with his firm and is ready to advance and needs that credential. And so he is taking the business core, he's taking the business component of that, but he's also taking the opportunity to do some graduate study in construction management. So he will be well positioned for his career goals.
In your experience, what kind of students have success in online courses, especially at a business graduate level? What attributes make for a solid online learner?
Engagement is the key. Engagement includes engagement with the course content. It includes engagement with the professor, and it includes engagement with classmates. And that engagement provides the opportunity to learn, it provides the support to learn, and it will lead the student, I think, to have the self-discipline. An important aspect, you don't have those face-to-face meetings and that face-to-face accountability, but the engagement and the frequent contact will help the student stay on task and meet deadlines and get the support they need as they complete assignments, get clarifications. Yes, I believe engagement is the key.
By that same token, Dr. Isaacs, what challenges and difficulties do your students encounter, and how are they able to mitigate those issues? And then how does the faculty assist struggling students?
I think one of the biggest challenges for online students is the accelerated pace of the course. Each course is 8 weeks. It is a full semester course. It is 3 credit hours. It is 3 graduate credit hours. And you do it in 8 weeks. So I think the pace of the course and the expectations, the weekly expectations, are one of the biggest challenges. The mitigation, I think, goes back to my comments about engagement. Engaging with the content, engaging with fellow students, and engaging with the professor, and doing so well in advance of deadlines.
From your perspective, Dr. Isaacs, how do you see the future of online education taking shape? Should we be encouraged and hopeful for its future, or should we be concerned?
I am encouraged and hopeful for the future of online education. As an early adopter many, many years ago of WebCT, I'm not sure if you've heard of WebCT. It was an online course management system that was later acquired by Blackboard. That does date me, doesn't it? But the point is, I have seen many, many technological changes, technological advances, I would say, in the area of teaching and learning. And those advances will continue at an accelerated pace. In my view, the pandemic has really accelerated change that was already occurring. Online education existed long before COVID. But based on my observations, as we have returned to campus this year to face-to-face and continuing the online, that both faculty and students, I see a difference. I see that many faculty members, including our EKU business faculty members, many of them prefer face-to-face teaching. Many of our business students prefer face-to-face learning. But I'm seeing that they prefer a combination. They want some of those classes to be online, and they want some of those classes to be face-to-face. The flexibility that online offers is really, and some courses, students seem to prefer to take them online. So I think it's here to stay. I think we're not gonna close up shop and stop our face-to-face courses, but we will use a combination, I think, for students who can come to campus, and we will continue our totally online programs for those who cannot come to campus.
Going back to the MBA program, if you had to give an elevator speech to a handful of prospective MBA students, and you had about 60 seconds to tell them why they should earn their MBA from EKU, either face-to-face or online, what do you say to that group of students, Dr. Isaacs?
I'm reminded of a comment from one of my MBA faculty colleagues. He likes to say that EKU's unfair advantage for the MBA program is its faculty. Our MBA faculty are deeply committed to providing a student-focused, high-quality learning experience. They set high standards for themselves, they set high standards for their students, and they are ready to support those students as they meet those high standards. Our MBA students will learn valuable business content and skills, and they will gain confidence in their abilities as they rise to the challenges. A distinctive of our face-to-face program is our cohort model, and a distinctive of the online MBA is the breadth of concentration options. With either format, you will be well equipped for career advancement.
As you work with a myriad of students with diverse backgrounds and experiences, are you encouraged or discouraged in what the future holds for the world of business and all its many facets?
Business has, without question, changed over the years. Development of cross-functional teams, remote work options, flexible schedules, virtual meetings, the list continues. Many aspects of our work has changed, but the work is still being done. And it will continue to be done with more advanced tools and options. The key ingredients of the MBA and of our undergraduate, our bachelor's in business administration as well. Critical thinking, considering multiple perspectives and needs, creative problem solving. These aspects will continue, and they are needed by our business professionals. Aspects of the work will change, but that makes these components even more important.
Well, we've talked a lot about all the hats you wear and the responsibilities that you have, Dr. Isaacs, and recognizing, as with many of our faculty, that you probably have very little time to spend on yourself. Can you share with our listeners a little bit about your personal interests when you do have time that is spare?
Certainly. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy gardening, particularly flower gardening. I enjoy crafts, spending time with family, traveling. I'm a lifelong resident of Kentucky, and I really had to travel outside Kentucky to appreciate Kentucky's beauty. My first international trip is probably not a typical first trip for folks. I was doing some accounting volunteer work, and so my first international trip was to West Africa. And I traveled to some countries in West Africa and installed some accounting software for some field offices, and I had just had a wonderful experience. And so from that point on, I was hooked. And I have done some internet. I went to Haiti and did some accounting volunteer work. Much of my travel is tied to volunteer work. I've led some international travel courses as well. I have not been able to travel very much in recent months because of the pandemic. So my most recent trips are to my two favorite cities in the US. Those are Cleveland, Ohio, and Summerville, South Carolina, which may seem like a strange combination, but those two cities have my grandchildren.
That makes sense. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners today, Dr. Isaacs?
I think anytime I hear that question, I think, well, I should have some words of wisdom to share, right? And so my thoughts go to one of the wisest people I ever knew. That was my father. And he, years ago, as I was completing a graduate degree, he made an observation. I can't remember if it was the master's or the PhD. Background. I'm a first generation college student. He never had the privilege of going to college. He was a very successful entrepreneur and, as I said, a very wise man. But what he told me was that the value of education was in using it to help others. And I would encourage anyone considering earning a degree to keep that in mind. To serve others and make life better for others in ways that we can.
Could not pick a better note to end on. We'll take it.
All right.
Thank you so much for your time today, Dr. Isaacs. It's been a real pleasure speaking with you and getting to know you a little bit better. And it's been interesting learning about the world of business and the MBA program here at EKU. I think we can all safely say that this is a very exciting time to be putting a great program that we have here on campus online as well. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.